lights, young barracuda watching for them gray whites. Way bright stage lights, they might just take the pipe if I play it right. Egg tight, go bananas, take a bite. Hold the hammers, might take your life in your pajamas. Play it right and take a hike to Alabama. I'm gone. I be in and out the spot. I ain't got no time to talk. Nigga, I'm gone. I be on and off the road. I be living like a boss. Nigga, I'm gone. Shawty do it like a pistol. Knock the pussy out the park. Nigga, I'm gone. We been racing to the money. I been winning from the start. Nigga, I'm in your city with.
It is like hot in my house.
Nigga, I'm gone.
It's like on hell in my house, and I'm not understanding why.
Oh, mine too. That's where you hear fans and ACs and everything else in the background. You know what I'm saying? They got a motherfucker burning up over here, but it's all great.
Yeah, it's really hot.
About 5 months, I'm doing something different.
All right. You seen the title. We're going to talk about Afghan, Samoa, and the aliens. And we're going to talk about two of the top researchers for the CDC. No, oh man, it's not the CDC. I messed up. It's the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. The Food and Drug Administration. They quit. They resigned.
Why?
Because Biden want to put out them boosters.
Oh, and a side note, this ain't got nothing to do with what she's talking about right now, but I just had to throw this in there because talking about the FDA. The FDA also passes for bugs to be in your food. For those y'all that don't know and you think you don't eat bugs, if you eat peanut butter, they got bugs in it. They can have a certain amount of bugs in all the food that you eat. So peanut butter, canned cherries. They said people eat so many maggots, it ain't even funny. Throughout the year, you done ate so many maggots, and they let this stuff be in your food. Y'all need to look that up, man. For real. Sis might do it later on when she want to Google it, but I promise you, like, I seen a video this morning that made me be like, oh my goodness. We've been eating bugs this whole damn time. Like, literally, I'm sitting up here looking at it like, man, I'm looking like, man, I wouldn't eat a bug. And then you think about it like, man, we've been eating bugs. That's when they say you're getting your nutrients from them bugs.
All right, let me share this. Hold on. Let me fix my thing around because my different these joints is okay. There we go. This one's for the aliens. I didn't put this on my channel. Usually, lately I've been making videos about all this stuff, but I didn't make a video about this one. So I'm going to show this one. Contacting aliens could end all life on Earth. Let's stop trying. They say in April 2020, the Defense Department released a video recorded by infrared cameras on U.S. Navy aircraft that documented the plane's encounter with a variety of unidentified aerial phenomenon. Pilots reported seeing objects flying across the sky at hypersonic speeds and changing directly, almost instantaneously, capabilities far beyond any known aircraft. It says, chances are, though, we should all be grateful that we don't yet have any evidence of contact with alien civilization attempting to communicate with extraterrestrials if they do exist. Look how they trying it. Could be extremely dangerous for us. We need to figure out whether it's wise or safe and how to handle such attempts. This is a contact video.
They're setting you up for that Project Bluebeam.
I'm telling you. Because if you tell somebody not to do something, they're going to do it.
Right. And I mean, to be real with you, even if it is really aliens, which I don't think they aliens, I think they fallen angels and stuff like that. Like, I think they something else, but people just call them aliens. But even if they did talk them into trying to invade us, it would still be a plot to get everybody to come together to bring a new world order. Because that was one of the ways they were saying that they can do it. Like if we had a common enemy. If they brought one from the sky, it made everybody get scared and say, we're gonna come together. So I mean, if they can talk them into it, they might be able to. You know what I'm saying? They got deals with these fallen angels. They in cahoots with them. They didn't made a deal with them. That's why you get all this technology and everything else. In return, they do experiments on you and have kids through your loins. On me, because I don't think they can reproduce like that. They need us to reproduce. That's why they be snatching people up. And people think that's a joke. That ain't no joke. They be snatching people up. It's people that got pregnant, they got snatched up, got pregnant, and got snatched up again, and the baby was gone.
Would you believe I have not gotten a notification for this live?
Uh-oh. It's been live 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And is anybody in the building?
Nope.
That's crazy. It's live though, but they just really didn't even put up a notification.
Nope, I did not get the notification at all.
Wow. That's what we doing in the 2021. That's childish.
You did not just say childish.
Yes, that's the new word, 2021. That is childish, man. They ain't even have to do it like that.
I'm sure people will catch the replay if they don't come. If they don't get the daggone, we don't get the daggone. Let me see. Did you get the notification on your phone?
I ain't looked. Hold up. As you know, I'm in the on the panel. Switch over here. Nope. Didn't get the notification.
Wow.
You know, when I go down to notify the lives that's live right now, I see it. There's no notification for it.
Wow.
I don't know. It could be because I didn't press the right button to get all the notifications from your channel. I don't know. Let me go through there. Hold on. I'll just redo it and see if it give me a notification. I got to mute up because it's gonna be echoing like a motherfucker.
All right. Well, while he's echoing, while he's echoing, why he muted up? Let's go. Hold on. Let me unshare this because y'all know they're going to try to have low contact or what have you. They're going to try to have the aliens come and it's going to be a whole thing. So I have been making videos.
I pressed all and I still ain't got no notification yet.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Let me see.
It should have popped up.
You know what's crazy is they say Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory. While I do this, you want to make a video saying we live?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
All right. Ooh. All right, Project, come on. What's going on? Project Bluebeam. This is from the news.com site. Come on. Why are you doing this? And it says when a bizarre event was captured on film showing what appeared to be a dark skyscraper floating in the clouds above China, the world was puzzled. While scientists were quick to dismiss the occurrence as a mirage, not all agreed. In the days after the events, one particular conspiracy theory started to gather serious momentum. The belief of The belief the sighting was a result of secret NASA mission known as Project Bluebeam. Canadian journalist and conspiracy theorist Serge Monast, Monast first developed the theory in 1994 before publishing his beliefs in a book entitled Project Bluebeam. Look, the video unavailable, y'all. And so this is step one, breakdown of the archaeological knowledge. Mr. Monstadt detailed his belief that NASA would aim to discredit all existing religion through the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. Step one deals with the setup of earthquakes at certain precise locations on the planet where supposedly new discoveries will suddenly explain the wrong meaning of all major religions' basic doctrine, he said. The theory suggests that providing evidence to falsify the techniques of all major religions, people will be more likely to accept the New Age religion when it is formed. Step 2, a gigantic space with 3D holographic laser projections. Mr. Monstadt said the second stage in creating a new world order would be used, and he would write this. He wrote this book in 1994. Be used a gigantic space show with 3D holographic images, lasers, and sounds to seduce people into believing in a new God. The show will consist of laser projections, multiple holographic images in different parts of the world, each receiving a different message according to the predominant national religious faith, he said. From the depths of space, astonished followers of the various creeds will witness their own returned Messiah in convincing lifelike realness. This one God will in fact be the Antichrist who will explain the various scriptures have been misunderstood, that the religion of all are responsible for turning their brother against brother, nation against nation. Therefore, the world's religion must be abolished to make way for a golden age. Telepathic two-way communication. This is where things start to get a little creepy. It is believed NASA will use low-frequency radio waves to telepathically communicate with humans in an attempt to shape their belief. Universal supernatural manifestations using electronic means. The final step of Project Bluebeam is to create chaotic event that will leave people willing or desperate enough to accept the new world order. The second is to make the Christians believe to a major rapture with the supposedly divine intervention of an alleged good alien force coming to save the people from a brutal satanic attack. What? The third orientation and the fourth step is a mixture of electronic and supernatural forces. The goal of this one deals with global satanic ghosts all around the world in order to push the population on the edge to down into wave of suicide, killings, and permanent psychological disorder. So this is news.com AU, and it's called, Project Bluebeam Conspiracy Theory Suggests NASA has secret plans to create a new world order. And you know what's weird with that is the fact that a lot of that is not so far-fetched. A lot of that literally is coming tuition. You know what I'm saying? It's not. especially the one we're really near the beginning when it says this step. Dang, I didn't. We're really near the beginning where it says step 1 deals with the setup of earthquakes at certain precise locations on the planet where supposedly new discoveries will suddenly explain the wrong meaning of all major religion. So that's literally what they're doing. They're
But
discrediting.
see, on that point, I think the Vatican is going to play a role in it. And I say that because the Vatican been hiding all kind of stuff that's supposed to have went in the Bible, this and that, that and this, but been teaching people wrong. So when they come with the truth, people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to believe that. That can't be what it is. But that is what it is. But they've been hiding all this evidence and all this other stuff so you will believe the lie that they've been giving to you through Christianity. Because if you think about it, Christianity, the religion, don't even follow the book. This is a totally different religion. They just adapted the book.
Yeah,
Because the book basically talks against Christianity.
pretty much.
And you got a lot of Christians that don't even read the Bible. Not for themselves.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? They let the pastor read it to them.
All right.
And they paid by who? The powers that be.
Rothschilds.
Mm-hmm.
All
All
right.
them corny kind of mother.
Oh gosh. And I put the wrong thing in the title. I did not. What did I put? CDC? No, yeah, I put CDC, right?
I can go see. I don't know. I'm on the inside looking out.
I know. But I said it was the FDA, right?
FDA, I think, yeah.
All right. Okay, let me put this back up here.
After that, you should look up all the foods that got bugs in it.
Okay, I'm gonna look up the buggy food. It says why these COVID vaccine scientists resign. I want to go to a source where they can't say I'm lying. You know, I be here trying to fact check shit.
Right.
All right, here we go. Why these? I hate this. Why these FDA COVID? I got that big ass block up there. What's going on? There you go. All right, title: Why these COVID vaccine scientists resign from the FDA? And this is per MSNBC. Oh, really? Again. Why? How do I get? Okay. It says Tuesday, departure of two influential scientists responsible for the Food and Drug Administration's COVID vaccine action has brought a glaring issue within the agency to a critical boiling point. The leadership, the need for true leadership. It says, it's safe to say that Acting Commissioner Janet Woodcock, once considered the likely Biden nominee, is clearly not getting the top job after concerns that her mistakes helped fuel the opioid crisis and criticism over her handling of the controversial approval of drug for Alzheimer's disease. The FDA, one of the most important regulatory agencies in the country, if not the world, needs leadership in the form of a commissioner now. Dr. Marison Gruber, director of the FDA's Office of Vaccine Research and Review, and her deputy, Dr. Philip Cruz, announced Tuesday they plan to retire by November, according to a memo by Dr. Peter Marks, director of the Agency for Center for for biologics evaluation and research. Gruber is a 32-year veteran of the FDA, respected around the world for her work on a number of vaccines, including those for Ebola, Zika, and now COVID-19. The announcement that she plans to retire comes on the heels of several weeks of confusing messages from the public health officials, which might have fueled the pending departure. The White House announces that COVID booster shots will start September 20th, ahead of the approval idea by the FDA or discussions by the country's advisor committee on immunization practices. The move from the White House did not go unnoticed by the FDA staff. Prominent public health officials have debated the need for boosters, prompting many administration officials to take to social media and airwaves. Hold on, I'm sorry. To clarify the who, what, and when of boosters. Okay, hold on. Let's go down because they're doing a lot of talking. Unexpected departure of credible non-political staff have exacerbated tensions within the critical government agencies. The Department of Nancy and Ann, I can't do their last names. That's why I get it. For the CDC control and prevention came shortly after leadership change promptly by Rochelle Biden, CDC director. Such departures are not unusual. This is unusual. What do you mean such departures are not unusual? Here in the coming days, here's just a sample of what the FDA Office of Vaccines need to do. Review booster shot applications for Pfizer and biotech. Receive and review booster shot applications for Moderna. Receive and review. What the hell is that? Oh my God, I tickle in my throat. Hold on, let me get some water.
Who's in the building? Thanks for coming through, bro. Man. And booster shots, that's crazy, man. Ain't they already at like 6 shots already?
Now this will be the third. Receive and review full approval for applications for Johnson & Johnson. But you know what Biden did? No, they have to do all of this.
In my cupboard.
In the dryer.
Just a while.
They're mad because of the simple, hey, serious. They're mad for the simple fact that they would have to do all of this, all 6 of these steps for all these vaccines by, what did Biden say? What did he say, October?
I think so.
I'm looking. September, that's this month.
Right. So I told you, they just coming up with them like that. You gonna tell me that this is approval? And yet again, this is coming from the same people that said we need to put bugs inside all your food because we think you need to eat bugs.
This is coming from the same people that gave the natives blankets with smallpox on them.
That too.
Let me see.
So it's hard to just take that verbatim. You have a track record of being a janky promoter. Bottom line.
You can have in your food. Let me see. What does the F? Okay. Oh goodness. Girl.
Yeah, the FDA on some old other stuff, man. For real. I told you they putting bugs in your food, man.
They
We're
put
gonna
more
tell you
than
about
bugs.
it
I'm
later.
about to let you. Hold on. Okay, let's look at 9 disgusting things the FDA lets you have in your food.
Don't get nasty. FDA if you nasty. Forget Jackson.
Oh. All right. Yeah, that's gross. Okay. The document lists the allowed limits on defects and 100 foods highlighted exactly how much rodent poop is allowed in your coca beans, up to 10 milligrams per pound. How many insect heads is okay to find in a fig paste in your cook? What the hell is that?
Like fig noodles. Have you ever had them?
I got some downstairs for the kids.
Okay, well
Up
the fig is the stuff inside of it.
Well, you can have 13 bug heads in every 3.5 ounces. How
Yeah.
many maggots can be tunneling in your tomatoes?
Yep.
According to the FDA, these food defects are part of the normal process of growing and processed food, and they present no health hazard as long as they remain below action level. Insect parts. Look at the bugs. Look at the bugs. The FDA allow a few foods to contain whole insects, but insect parts is another story. Heads, legs, and other fragments of these pests are more commonly allowed in foods, according to the handbook. Ground cinnamon, for example, can contain an average of 400 insect fragments per 50 grams. Let's see. Rodent poop. Look at the picture. Look at the picture they got. Hold on. Why am I getting all these pop-ups? I thought I had pop-ups banned.
You never do. That's just a figment of your imagination.
Look,
It's a figment of your imagination.
Oh, mammalian, considered the look right. Do you rather polite way of saying the FDA to tell you there's rodent poop in your food. That icky defect comes up 15 times in the FDA handbook. Fennel seeds, ginger, and mace, a spice similar to nutmeg, can all contain an average of 3 milligrams of rodent poop.
Where's my phone? My new phone.
Where's your new phone?
Yeah.
I don't have it, baby.
What in car?
It's not in my car.
Ain't work.
It's not at my job.
Oh.
Shut my door. Oh, child. I need to lock my door. Okay.
Well, nephew know it somewhere.
Huh?
I said nephew know it somewhere.
Right?
That's all he's trying to say. That was his way of saying, well, it's somewhere. Let's back check.
Look, mold.
Oh, yeah.
Mold is mentioned 33 times on its own in the FDA handbook. So in some instances, the defect is listed as a combination of insects and mold or insect damage and mold. Insect head.
Oh.
My man looks sick right there.
Hell no. He look like he got beat up. He got the tree side going on.
That's messed up. We already looked at that. Ew, mites. Oh!
Oh yeah, they in a bunch of stuff too.
Makes me sick.
And look, you got to think about it. When you read this, it make you think like, man, we some nasty mouth people. Like for real, people eat these foods, kissing each other. You eating bug particles, you passing it along. Even if you didn't eat the bug particles, you kiss somebody that ate bug particles. It's in your mouth too.
Yo, they're in mushrooms. There could be 75 mites allowed in 100 grams of canned or dried mushroom.
Facts.
Spinach. That's why you should always wash your food, bro. I be telling people, why do you think people that are from like the islands and stuff where this stuff grow naturally, they use vinegar, salt, lemon. Vinegar, salt, lemon. We wash.
Yeah, they do that. They do that at my job.
I washed everything in vinegar, salt, and lemon.
Yeah, they got some special little soap stuff that they bought that clean the fruits. It
ain't
ain't a
special.
chemical, but
Oh no, you
I don't know what it
the
is.
fruit is different. Maggots. Maggots are allowed in a slew of tomato products, including a canned tomato up to 1 maggot per 500 grams, and tomato juice and tomato paste. Canned citrus fruit juice can contain up to 1 maggot. Cherries. No more than 5% of the cherries are rejected for containing maggots. Mushrooms again. The fuck? Mice hair. Okay, ground sage. Oh my God, I use ground sage. 11 hairs. Oh, hold on. 10 grams of spice. 9 hairs. Who the fuck is counting these hairs?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody counting them. They just putting them in there, and they'll tell you, "Oh yeah, there's just only 9 hairs in there." Ain't nobody went in there and checked. There's more than 9 hairs in there.
Paprika. 11 hairs. Oh my goodness. Allspice. Oh my gosh. And nutmeg are allowed up to just 1 hair. What is the pits? Pits are one of the few defects that are not just aesthetic. The hard centers of certain fruits can also cause mouth and tooth injuries. Isn't cherry pits? Cherry pits are poisonous. You can, if you take enough cherry pits and take your pestle and your mortar, and you ground up the cherry pits and you put it in somebody's drink, you can kill them because it contains arsenic.
Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly. Cherry pits
That's
contain
the word
arsenic.
I'm just. That has nothing to do with the cane.
I'm just letting you know. I'm not saying do it or nothing. I'm just saying if you ground
I
up
want to
enough,
let you know.
if you ground up enough
Oh,
cherry pits, you can kill somebody.
oh, so y'all look out for cherry pits. Pits.
No,
I wouldn't even period.
look out for people who knows about cherry pits.
So don't go eat it on Just House.
You can eat at my house. I ain't gonna kill you. I ain't do nothing to me.
Yep, and she's also making people zombies too.
I'm not making nobody no zombie. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Yep, she's in the bringing the zombie apocalypse.
No, I don't do zombies. You know I don't.
That's
Why
a
you being
decoy. That's a decoy. She says she don't do zombies just
No,
because
you
she's
know,
doing zombie
why you playing?
experiments.
Because you know I'm terrified of zombies. Why are you doing this? Foreign matter. Dang, including sticks.
Cigarette butts.
Listen. Sticks, stones, burlap bagging, and even cigarette butts. Some are allowed in spice similar to nutmeg, whole black or white pepper, and sesame seed.
Wow.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
And they've been eating bugs too.
We are. Ooh, look at this.
She got to go to the store and eat some bugs.
Oh, she got some bugs in that glass.
They don't even look like a real picture.
It is. There's some luxury cars that look like that.
I don't know where was her legs at. I didn't understand that picture. That looked weird.
Oh,
Like you cannot be turned that way. Like she looked like she was dead or something. Like your legs was way too that way
they're
and you
they're
way more this
long.
way.
She has long legs. I got long
Uh,
legs too.
she got twisted. That was too far. That anatomy didn't work.
It didn't work, brother.
Nah, that was Photoshop or something. On me. Ain't no way you gonna tell me your legs is doing that. That's weird.
Oh, let's talk about Afghanistan.
On me, I'm smoking some Afghanistan right now.
Let's
I'm
talk
smoking the
about
Afghanistan back.
let's talk about Afghanistan and how our good sir President Trump was meeting with the Taliban when he was president. I didn't look. I didn't know the history. Let me tell the history. I didn't know this. Okay, I learned this. I learned this by the research. I was trying to figure out what was really going on, and I've learned this through my research. All right, Russia invaded Afghanistan, and then because of that, that war lasted a while, and because of that, they were like, oh, let's take your children and we'll train them to be able to fight so nobody else will be able to invade you again. And that's how the Taliban was born. So this is
And
for
this
my
stuff like a movie.
it is, I'm telling you, it is action packed. I'm telling you. So the Taliban literally came back to even though a lot of us Westerners don't agree with their law, that is their law, and that is like what they worshipped. That's what they did. I don't agree with it, especially being a woman. I don't agree with the things they do, but that's like their law. That's what they've been doing for a while,
Sharia law.
and so it's a way. Look, the way the Sharia law, because the Sharia law is different in different areas. Some area like it's a lot. And
They'll take
so
you off the map.
yeah, they ain't playing. And
They will walk
dog,
you down.
this man burnt his wife because she made food that wasn't good.
I'm trying to tell you. And that's why we're trying to tell women in the American world, boy, y'all got it made. Y'all got it made, man. Like these other females in these other countries, they go through hell. Like literally, I mean, like to the point where everybody in the family that's a female then probably got raped, and they understand that they have, and it's like something that you know that's gonna happen.
You
Now in
know,
America, it can happen, but it's not like you just already prepping for that. In these other countries, a lot of these females is prepping for that because they know it might happen one day. Because it so frequently happens because people don't care. Not about females like that most of the time. Not in these other countries. Because they property. That's a piece of meat. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it 5 on how they look at it. You know, I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of them do. They was raised like that. So, man, that's why I say America ain't the best. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I do like it. I can't sit up and say I don't, because I wouldn't want to be in them other countries. Because it's very bad in them other countries. I mean, y'all don't even know. You don't know. If you can go to a third world country, just live there for 2 years, for real, just go there. You be like, oh my goodness, I love America. I'll take the police on the street messing with me. I ain't tripping. As you go there, police is gonna smoke you for sure. And probably rape your family right in front of you. Like, that's how sick these cats is. Go to Mexico. You can pay the police not to arrest you, even though you're doing the most crime.
you can pay for anything in Mexico.
I'm trying to tell you, like they police so damn crooked, it ain't even fun. You can go to
So
jail for life for jaywalking. They ain't even got a jaywalking law. They just make it up as they go. Use jaywalking 100 years, and you getting fed bean burritos the rest of your life.
you
They
remember
might not
when I
give you
was
a
like,
shower.
when I was like, I don't know, I was like in my video, I was like Taliban, ISIS, like they lumped them with to us in America, they lumped them all into one. So I was really confused. So ISIS,
What about
literally,
ISIS?
ISIS was literally made in America.
What about ISIL? Then when Obama called them ISIL or something?
Oh gosh, no, it's still ISIS.
This is weird, man. I can't keep.
They were confusing us. ISIS was literally made in America.
So they pumped that. They ain't
Yeah,
got no name. They
Taliban,
PDD.
the Taliban was made. It was they were made to fight for that country.
That's what they say.
I believe it because it was made after they figured they really need to be able to protect themselves better after the Russians came in.
But I think it was still a setup, though. I think there was government. Okay, let's just like how you had Black Lives Matter, and on the outside it looked like, oh, black folks came together to get some rights. But in actuality, they pushed for that. You had
Well,
to be here to know that.
the thing is that in the beginning, I don't think that they were part of the government. Now it's like everything compromised. Just like how the what is it, the Bloods or the Crips, they started out an organization to help, like, for us by us, and then they turned those into the violent gangs. I think
Like
that's the
taking out the heads.
I think that might have been what they did with the Taliban. The Taliban was not, it was made for them by them. And so then they turned them against each other or turned them into terrorists. And now how this whole 9/11 comes in with the Taliban is Osama bin Laden, they said he put the towers down. And the Taliban is the ones who supposedly he was, hiding him. And so they was like, yo, give us Obama, give us Osama, and it'll be all good. And the Taliban was like, well, give us a receipt. We want to know that he's the reason that your towers is down. Because my man's over here hooked up to dialysis, but you telling me that he did knock the towers down. And so they were like, no, we ain't giving you nothing. Give us him, or we gonna come in there and we flipping all of that shit. And they was like, bet. So America came in there for 20 years. They was flipping all of that shit. But in the backhand, they were still making deals. You know what I think they were doing in the backhand? I think they were getting rid of the old Taliban and replacing them with their own agents. They might have been doing that, bro.
Yeah, they could have been.
Because now they done rolled out. This is what bugs me, bro. Y'all done roll out and let y'all look. Okay, I can understand. I'm saying we need to leave and we need our troops home because their family misses them, right?
Right.
But after y'all seen the Afghan army roll out, why ain't y'all just leave a few people back?
Yeah.
Like, y'all seen the Afghan army, they know what they were doing though. They not for the shits. They not with the shits.
Right.
So
they had to leave so that the Taliban could have a hot boy summer.
Yeah.
They ain't got that much time left. They had to get their hot boy summer out, so they're gonna give them a couple months. They just wild out in the streets. Then they're gonna come back.
Did you know that soldier, there was a soldier that saved Biden in 2008, right? And do you know he went over there to fight in Afghan? And do you know when Biden instructed everybody to come home, they left that Negro out there? They left him out there. Now he's begging Biden to help him come home.
Wow. That's what they do, though. That's what they do. That's just like that dude who got that scholarship to go to football, but he decided not to go to football because the whole 9/11 story. So he went out there and went to war. And then when he got out there to war, he found out that they wasn't out there because of 9/11 and all this other stuff. So then he wanted to come home, but they wasn't gonna let him come home, and he was writing back to his family, telling them about the weird stuff going on, blah blah blah. And one day out there in the field, he got shot by friendly fire. His own people shot him, but act like they didn't know it was him, and they thought he was somebody else. But they knew who he was, and they targeted him because he was telling the beans and what was going on when they first went over there. And everybody thought it was about 9/11. And he started blowing the whistle on it. So they blew his whole top up. They had it on film and everything. Like, it's sad. Like, you can look it up and see where they shot him. And it's just like, and then they got away with it talking about friendly fire. Are you serious?
That don't even sound like, nigga. That ain't friendly at all. That shit hurt and he killed him.
Facts. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't know how that happened. I could see if y'all was all shooting at the same thing and maybe, I don't know, somehow one of your bullets ricocheted and it hit your homeboy. There had to be more friendly fire, but you just popped him in the vicinity. And I think he was trying to assign to him, like, I'm one of y'all. I'm one of y'all. And they took him off the set.
They knew who he was.
They knew who he was. They knew exactly what he was doing. And I mean, that's what they do. Like, they use, and I tell people this all the time, man, you can sit up here and ride with them. They'll use you till they can't use you no more and let you die. They don't need you. Like, even these people that think they're going to rock with the New World Order, you're not. They got their chosen people already. They just need you to get rid of the rest of us. And then when they get rid of the rest of us, then they're going to get rid of you. You know the mob movies where they send somebody to go kill somebody, and then they come back and say the job done, and then they kill him? That's what they're going to do. Right there. That's the whole plan. That's why they've been showing you this in movies from day one. They don't need everybody to run the world. They just need a chosen few to do what they do, and then they need the sheep. I mean, actual people where you got small groups that's going to be in certain areas, and they're going to control all that. That's what depopulation is.
All right. Afghan refugees at Wisconsin Army base lack complete vetting, but can leave anytime. You know what that means, right?
Yeah.
That means they don't know who these people are. They're not looking up their identity. They don't know or friend, talent, or what, but literally walk out of the airport and just roll out. It says House of Representatives toured an Afghan refugee camp at Fort McCoy Base in Wisconsin has voiced his alarm for learning most of the inhabitants are not visa holders and can leave anytime. It says that someone from the Washington Examiner was alarmed to discover President Joe Biden's statement of complete vetting was untrue. The refugees at the base have no visas and haven't undergone even standard vetting process. Does this mean they have ties to the Taliban, ISIS, or Al-Qaeda? Do they have ties to terror organizations? Yet the State Department just says we are fully vetting them. Tiffany asked, I am concerned that they don't have the information on background to make sure they are fully vetted. Tiffany was told the base had 3,000 refugees and that the number could swell to 10,000. Vetting is a 14-step process that takes 18 to 24 months.
Wow. And then you got to think about it. What we got coming up, folks? 9/11, right? You bring all these weird people in here. You don't know who is what. Then some jump off, and now they can blame it on the people that they brought in. They brought the scapegoat in, whether they did it or not. They can do it and say they did it. They do it all the time. And they just setting up the whole... Crazy? Go ahead.
Hold on, let me show you something. Keep talking. I eat.
I'm good. But now they tell you They showing you the whole plan. They done done this 15 billion times before. It'd be the same plan, and then when they do it, and they do it a different way with different people, I just be like, man, they done this before. And people be like, oh, I can't believe they did that. I can believe it because I seen them do it 2 other times. Do y'all forget? I swear it's like in America, man. I think after 7 years, Americans forget what happened 7 years earlier. Just give them 7 years. They forget everything. You can do it again after 7 years because they would have forgot. And now it's getting so crazy that they ain't even 7 years. I give you like 2 years and people forget what happened 2 years ago. And they do it again. Now they just doing it back to back. Like people forgetting what happened last month. Oh, me, they falling for the same trick they fell for last month. Like Trump just showed us that they taking these loans out and giving us a small portion of it. And we was outraged about it. But then Biden got in there and did it 2 more other times. We was like, okay, it's cool. I don't want to see what's going on with it. I told you, like, we forget so damn fast. It ain't even funny. Not we, but the mass public. You know what I'm saying? It is those that are woke that actually see what's going on. But it's you know, it's more now than what it was. But you still got a larger majority of people that's snoring real loud now. Like at first they were just kind of asleep. Now if you still sleep, you snoring. You ain't even kind of sleep. You gone. You done drunk the Kool-Aid. You laying on the cot with your Nikes on. Talking about them going to a stairway in heaven. They already got you. It is a rappy boo-boo.
Look, U.S. takes 34 unaccompanied Afghan children into custody after the airlift. 10 children swiftly placed with close family members. How, Sway? How is 10 children placed with close family members if number one, they were unaccompanied, you know what I'm saying? If nobody was accompanying them, I'm still not saying it right. And number two, they're refugees. They have no family. They don't have family. So how was 10 children swiftly placed with close family members? And then it says U.S. has evacuated more than 100,000 people from Kabul. And then it says 34 children taken into U.S. government custody as of Thursday. 24 remain after some were quickly placed with close family members. The children in custody were housed in government shelters experienced with caring for Afghan children, said officials who would not disclose the location for safety reasons. Safety reasons or because you just don't want us to see it?
Hey, look, sis, I'm going to drop the bombshell on you. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right. And the stimulus checks that we're supposed to be getting and all this other stuff, it also applies to immigrants. So what I'm telling you is, because I was just thinking about the Latinos at first to come over the line, but now I'm thinking about it, you bringing them over here, they considered immigrants, they can get a stimulus check too. So now you dishing out money to everybody and their mama, literally. Every month they can get a little bonus because you got kids.
Do you remember when 9/11 and stuff first started and they started bombing those places and bringing the people into other countries? Do you remember how when they arrived in those countries, I believe one of them was like Great Britain and different places like that, they started harassing the women because they brought their beliefs to that country. So when they saw, like if a group of men saw women that weren't dressed like they were supposed to dress, they would rape them and stuff like that. It got really, really, really bad.
No, and they trying to bring it back. But what up, Jay? Oklahoma's the wrong place to do it at because it's open carry out here, man. So don't be out here on that rapey stuff. It ain't gonna help you.
The rapey stuff.
Yeah, don't do the rapey stuff, bro. I wouldn't even want friends like that, like for real. Like don't do that, bro. Don't know about that. Is not cool at all. If you chilling with somebody and they're telling you a rape story and they acting like it's cool, that is not cool. at all. You don't need to be friends with him. You need to whoop his ass. Maybe shoot him. I'm my fault. I didn't mean to say that. But I'm saying, well, at least whoop his ass. Sorry for being blunt about that.
I do not condone violence, and I do not condone living pedos.
I do if you do that. I condone it on them terms. On that term and the pedo term. Kick ass. Maybe more if you got to. Motherfuckers like that don't need to be in the vicinity around regular people. You need to be around people just like you. So don't be around regular people.
I wanted to play some of the, conspiracy theories about everything.
Oh, go ahead.
I know I accidentally took it off the screen thing. All right, let me. You about to see how commercialized it got. And this ain't even the beginning. Each segment starts like this.
So far, we have looked at the demiurge, how the world's population is controlled, ETs, and even the almost frightening integration with technology. But the question is, why is this happening? Why is any of this happening at all? Is this just the product of a disconnected consciousness run wild? Is there a meaning behind the madness? Is there a definitive end to our suffering? And if we are being led somewhere, by whom? Who, if anyone, is at the top of the pyramid? Is it aliens? Reptiles? The elite? Perhaps there is no single leader, but rather a mass multitude of agendas all going in different directions. Or is this just all a part of God's master plan? Today, the QAnon movement calls it the deep state, and to us, the first time we became aware of it was mentioned in a book from the early 1990s, The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life. In this book, they were referred to as the secret government. According to Melchizedek, the secret government has known about the extent of damage we've been doing to ourselves and the world since as early as the 1940s, but have been desperately trying to keep it hidden from the public and sway us from our higher calling. The concept.
You want to know something about that ancient flower he's talking about, and why I do believe that holds the key to life. Hold on real quick.
We just heard about the flower, folks. Oh, me. Yeah, they did commercialize it, though. I don't even think it was. I don't even know if it started like that, though. But this, I don't know. That's wild. Man. I mean, we ain't been to it in a minute, so I mean, it makes sense. Gave them a little time. I mean, I need to be able to check this motherfucking chat. I'm just see what's going on in the chat. We're in the building. Y'all know it's open panel, man. So come on up. You know what I'm saying? Show your love. Show your love. I'm saying swing on up here, man. They messing with this channel. I don't even think I got a notification. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people ain't getting no notification. They took the other channel. So they're still trying to hold the sister down. It's all right, man. So we just gonna have to hold the sister down. You know what I'm saying? While they trying to hold her down, We gonna hold it ground and keep up.
My bad.
Okay.
My daughter came in here. You know how I put the little scented oils and stuff in my diffuser, and the oil I have is like a purifying oil. It's a cleansing oil. And so when your favorite niece came in here, because certain oils supposed to cleanse your house like sage, but it's not really sage, but it does the same thing sage does. So when she came in here, she started going. She said, "I can't breathe." I said, "I bet you can't, demon."
What you talking about?
I'm talking about you. Telling your uncle.
I think I'm sick, Mom.
I
All right,
can't breathe
please.
sometimes, but because I be smell good. Be smell, I can't.
What's up, bro?
What up, bro?
What up? How y'all doing good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Always, man. Always. Gotta be.
Or
Ain't no other option.
How's your baby girl doing? I know she was in the path of the hurricane.
yeah, that's been rough. But with recording all this stuff on top of everything else, it's just heavy right now.
I know.
It's all good though. We're doing good. Y'all stay strong too.
I'm gonna try.
And where you say you stay at again, bro?
You know where I'm at? Where that one article was saying.
Oh,
Yep, that's why I was like, wow,
damn. I know we got a lot of rain and shit, but man, that's crazy. They say it's supposed to be out of electricity for what, the next 2 weeks?
For real?
That's what I was reading.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's gonna go. That's crazy, man. That's why I don't like to be on the coast nowhere no more. Now on the coast, period, is all bad. I don't care what coast you're on.
Yep.
Because I didn't think they used to get hit like that back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like every now and then, but now it's like it's a every other year thing.
Yeah, up here in the North Woods, man. Yeah, some of the stuff I never knew about. So I'm gonna me and wifey gonna check into this, some of these links after this. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like my wife was just saying, man, you can't even tell what the damn seasons is. Like it's still hot as hell right
Nah,
It's
it's a little chilly. It's not chilly. But up here in Maryland, it's getting a little twang to it.
Yeah, we ain't 20 up, but we still in the 90s. It was like 100 and something today.
Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin, man, and it's been we're probably a month ahead for fall. Like it's raining today, and all the trees are already probably a month in advance of falling leaves and everything going to crap.
See, we ain't even got there yet, I promise you.
What's that again?
We still having a hot boy summer out here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep.
It's hot as hell.
Yep. Our daughter's not too far from you.
Yeah, it's burning up out here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I don't even think we had a spring.
You ain't have a spring boy summer?
Nah, we ain't had it. It went from cold. It went from really cold to really hot.
Yeah. Wifey wants to show me something, I think, about our daughter. I'm just going to mute up for a minute.
All right, bro. I'm going to mute up till we on this video.
Appreciate it.
It looked good. It was nice today, wasn't it? It was a beautiful day in the neighborhood, you heard me. It was a nice day yesterday, too.
Yep.
It was 100-some degrees. What you mean, that nice day?
Not where me and EE at.
Man, I was sweating so hard at work, it wasn't even funny. I was like, I ain't taking no boxes out. Every time I go out there, I'm sweating profusely, like somebody just threw sweat on me. Like I come back in the building, like I just jumped in a swimming pool.
Man, it
I
was
just
sexy.
went to the
I
other
don't know what
side of
out
the
here. It was sexy. I even went for a walk, a nice long walk.
Well, when we get like that, I do some push-ups and put it on camera right outside.
Oh God, you still trying to train them daggone noodles?
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm getting bigger. Promise you. On me.
I'm playing the daggone video. I ain't messing with you.
All right, go.
Concept of a secret government or a deep state is useful in explaining how government agencies can gain power by keeping secrets. Most of us today are used to, and perhaps even indoctrinated, into feeling secure in our democratic model of government. It's created a sense of all citizens being involved with and aware of what's going on. And if the citizens believe this, whether it's true or not, it builds trust. But this is not the natural state of power or control. Throughout almost all of history, rulers and those in power had no obligation to be open to their populi. Backdoor deals and secrecy were default settings, and having less people to answer to and explain to naturally gave them more power. Power seekers thrive in secrecy and misdirection. When Greece introduced democracy and the United States modernized it, it was considered ingenious and revolutionary and for the people. To protect it, the entire ethos of American culture was built around a more open and citizen-run government, and eventually it became the new standard for most of the modern world, and a source of pride for nations that achieved it. But what if this sense of pride and security were an illusion? A front for the real operation, a modern-day human edition of the holographic demiurge. What if, behind the scenes, there exists a power that is influencing not just the direct actions of the US government and both sides of their political spectrum, but also other countries? What if there was a power that held influence over the US, the UK, Canada, and even China and Russia? Power is checked in public, but grows in secret. So it is natural to wonder, if power grows in secret, then how do we know that the most powerful forces directing this play are not also the most invisible? What if some of the greatest conflicts and global events were architected from a secret world government?
I believe it. I think we did watch this about 9/11, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right, let me see if we already look how they got disconnected. Hold on, let me see. Let me find. You'll
It's
never
short,
find.
dude.
No, they have it in. Let me see. They have it in.
Timestamp.
No, it's not even time stamped. It's in little increments. Let me see if I can figure out how to go back and find. The different timestamp. Look at the alien.
All right, serious biz, bro. Thanks for swinging through, man.
Thank you,
Tell
sweetheart. And I
wifey.
really hope everything goes. You know, we're gonna have you in our prayers all the time.
Always, bro. You fam, man. On me, tell wifey we said hey. Tell your
Yeah,
daughter
tell
we
her I
said
said
hey.
hey. Give her a hug. Keep your head up.
Do what y'all need to do, bro. We in the real world. I will never trip about you ever having to do something and do what you need to do. If anybody needs to do that, like don't make YouTube a main priority, bro. You got it's life. Life is always there on me. Cause I done been in a couple lives where I'm like, man, I gotta dip. You know what I'm saying? I would love to stay, but it's I gotta do something. So you still
Yeah.
live when I
Oh,
come
I
back,
found
I'll
it.
come through.
Conspiracy theory. Oh, I found it, brother.
Warning, this video has previously been banned on YouTube. It could happen again.
Let's see where we
On
was at.
talk.
The Montauk. Did we
Now,
look at that?
if time or dimensional travel is involved, then it may be possible that humanity has existed in multiple realities or timelines, and that even one instance of time travel may result in millions of people shifting into another time stream in the multiverse, where things are ever so slightly different than they were before.
Mandela effect.
I 100% believe this. And I've taken I've always loved quantum mechanics. I love quantum theories. I love that stuff. You know, I'm a nerd. And you know, a lot of time I use a lot of quantum mechanics and quantum science to manifest my reality as well. What they do is they take a lot of spirituality and they rename it and put it in science.
Well, look, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Me personally, I heard about it. I thought it was cool seeing the movies. I didn't believe it until I went through the Mandela effect myself. I can't speak for nobody else. I can only speak for me, and I know what I remember. And then you telling me all this ain't real,
brother? E celebrated her 20th wedding anniversary.
You go in. That's what I'm talking about, sis. He ate in the building.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Hold it down.
I know. That's I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy. I wish y'all nothing. I wish y'all 20 more beautiful, beautiful years of love.
If I could talk to your husband, I better be like, hey, that cooking is boy. Yeah, 20 years of that he ate. But that's what man's soul right there. I'm gonna keep it fire with you, man.
You a mess.
We love to come on to hot meals, man. That's.
But I'm sorry.
Like I said,
I'll be interrupting. I apologize.
No, you good. That need to be said on me.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget. You know how my ADD mess up.
Right. And it's important. So you know what I'm saying? That's fam. So we didn't know.
Said they're gonna be celebrating all month. Oh, she about to have another baby.
It's gonna be a baby like that. See, she already threw you out there like that. That right there, that's not even nothing to joke with. That ain't nothing to joke with at all. Period. Money is too scarce to be talking about children. You know what I'm saying? If you got them, love them, but please don't be trying to reproduce more when your bread ain't right. Make sure your bread right, bro. For real. Babies cost money. Kids, period. I don't care. They cost money all life. 18 years. Buying clothes, shoes, all that good stuff. School supplies are getting higher. I'm getting tired of buying school supplies. Every year you got to buy the name brand stuff. You can't even buy the generic stuff. You got to buy Crayola. I'm like, man, I got to get the Crayola brand. I can't get the dollar store brand. Nope. Like, that's crazy, man. And then they need more and more. And I'm like, so what does the teachers provide then? I thought I just sent my kid to school. I could have sworn that the money that my kid is supposed to get, every kid is supposed to have a certain amount of money for their school.
So E said her bread right. She still just don't want no more. I know that's right. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. When you said money scarce, I'm like, well, my bank account ain't too bad.
I'm just saying that it ain't too bad, but you throw a baby in the process.
Ain't too bad neither.
Throw another baby in the process, you'll see what it look like. Throw another baby in the process and see what it look like. Go back to them Pampers and everything else. Now go ahead and add that up. 9.5 plus 4 pennies. Add that up. That's all I'm saying. On me. But now every kid is supposed to have a certain amount of money for their schooling. And what's wrong in the in America is the government just get that money. When in actuality in other countries, these teachers have to beg to get certain students in their classroom to get that money from that student, and they really got to teach them. They can't get away with that. I'm just here for a paycheck. Now, if you don't get a paycheck, if you ain't teaching this kid, see here, they don't teach them nothing. That's why a lot of kids don't learn nothing.
Do you know?
You go to these other countries, these kids are smart as hell.
Do you know that literally was the plan, not to teach our children nothing, especially the children of color, and not to let them know where they really truly come from, which is not Africa, which is not anywhere other than here.
Facts. Yep. But look, back on the time travel.
All right,
When the Mandela effect happened to me, you told me that Ford had this little loop in the F that I never seen my daddy is a mechanic. I've seen the Ford sign my whole life. He had so many Fords, it ain't funny. Never seen the loop on the F. Now you gonna tell me I had a loop since 1918 or something?
You want to know something crazy? You know how we always had that argument with knowledge about what deja vu is? And I realized that because I get feelings of it. It's not really deja vu. It's just sometimes out of the blue, I'll get this overwhelming feeling of familiarity and peace. It's like a peaceful feeling. And I've just learned to just go with it. And what is really weird is that afterwards, things would not be the same. Like for instance, with one of my clients, he likes to ride in a car. So we'll just drive around. And while driving the other day, we drive the same roads, the same routes. We not really, because we do some things, but it was by my job where this happened. And so going down near the road in my job, I get that feeling before I make a turn. Now, I've made this turn every day since I worked on my job. Every day. I go down the street, my job, same thing. This time, after I had the feeling maybe about 15 minutes before, I go down the street of my job and there's now a house there. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, there isn't even a reason for a house to be there with the way the street on my job is set up. But there's a house there. And I'm like, I don't remember that house there. And I just kind of ignored it. But then when I got back into the job, I was thinking, and I'm like, hold on, because every time I get one of those little deja vu feelings or those familiar feelings, something little changes. It's something different. It's always something different. There's a new bug or a new creature in the water or things that was supposed to have been here. Or I remember when starfish started walking. Starfish ain't never walked. We used to have to throw them back in the ocean.
Yeah, I never stayed by the ocean, so I wouldn't have no idea. But matter of fact, I got one myself. Like I remember me and my wife was driving on the northwest side, and we drove through this part of the northwest side that was like Little Asia or something like that. And I've been in Oklahoma my whole life, and apparently this thing been around for a long time. And we driving through it, and I'm just like, I ain't never seen this before in my life. When did they make this? And it's been up for a minute, and I'm just like, nah, I don't remember that at all. I used to be on that side.
I got a big one for you, Jim Crow. I promise you, growing up, I ain't never heard nothing about no Jim Crow.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it like that either until I got older.
And another one, Marcus Garvey. I didn't know about him till I was at least 36. And the thing about that, the thing that's crazy about that is that I researched, and I can't, before 2001, I did research, but it was mostly on like religion. But after 2001, I researched everything. And I would have known, and before that, I was an activist. I would have known about Jim Crow, and I would have known about Marcus Garvey. I'm Haitian, for God's sakes. But I didn't know about it.
Asian too.
I'm Asian too. But I didn't know. And when you look at him, he looks like freaking Bernie Mac.
Yeah, he don't look real.
He looks like Bernie Mac. That man.
But I'm gonna give you another one though. You got the Great Wall of India, not China. India.
Not Bernie Mac. What's his name? Beanie Siegel.
Benny Siegel. But did you hear what I said?
What'd you say, brother?
You got the Great Wall of India now. Not just the Great Wall of China, but the Great Wall of India.
What?
The Great Wall of India, and it's been around for a long time, for centuries and centuries. You can look it up. I promise you, it's the Great Wall of India. Because I was like, I ain't never heard about that my whole life. I knew about the Great Wall of China. Never heard about the Great Wall of India. It was the Great Wall of India. Okay.
Now look at this. Hold on, I want you to see what I'm talking about. No, I'm messing up. Now look. This man looks like Beanie Siegel, and I don't care what nobody say. If you say he look like Beanie Siegel, I don't know what to tell you. That's Beanie Siegel, bro. And I never forget when it was like, "Oh, this is Marcus Garvey." I'm like, "What kind of propaganda y'all up trying to pull? That ain't no. That's Beanie Siegel. What the fuck you talking about?"
I'll say it is a striking resemblance.
No, hold on. All right, well, let me put Beanie Siegel up here. Hold on.
They can be like his daddy. They could have took Marcus. I mean, I don't know, because I don't think Beanie Siegel is the. I don't think he'll plant like that though.
Yeah, they all are. They're all.
That might be his people.
Did I get the right?
Yeah, that's him.
That's Beanie. Look, that's the same person.
Like I said, I think that's his grandpa or something down the line. We just don't
One
know.
thing you gotta understand: everybody in the industry is a plant. Everybody is clonable. Everybody's clone. Everybody's a puppet. Look at this. That is Marcus Garvey. That is Marcus Garvey. Tell me that's not Marcus Garvey. That's Marcus Garvey. That's Marcus Garvey.
He just said the Great Wall of India is one of the biggest walls in the world. You don't know about the Great Wall of India?
I never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
Is it one of? I never heard of that. But Beanie Siegel is Marcus Garvey. And when I first seen Marcus Garvey, I was like, oh, Beanie. That's how I knew Beanie was a plant. And I bang with Beanie. I really care. I really bang with his music, but you got to call a spade a spade. He's a plant.
So can you look up the Great Wall of India?
You just going, why? Can we? Yes, I can look it up. Can we finish talking about Beanie Siegel and Marcus Garvey?
I look, like I just said, I really don't think he started out as a plant. Now, down the line, if they wanted to clone him, they probably did. But I think maybe he's related to Marcus Garvey somewhere down the line. Now, I don't even know where Marcus Garvey came from.
Is related. Let's see.
But I mean, it could be possible that they took that picture and did that. But this is like, I don't know. This kind of pushing the limits on it, in my opinion.
Dang. They don't know because they don't even say nothing. They won't say. They're saying it looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. So that means that they're not even trying to put the two together.
Damn.
That's Beanie Siegel, bro. That's Beanie Siegel. When I first seen his picture, I was like, what type of shenanigans are they trying to pull on me? They didn't put my man Beanie in a dead. Oh, they did that to my man Beanie Siegel, bro. Not my good sir, bro. That's all right. Okay, he one of the vampires. I understand. I could feel it in the air. All right, Beanie. All right, Great Wall of India.
Hey, that's a good song too.
It is. It's a great
I
song.
love that song. That dude is a hot ass artist. I mean, no homo.
Yep, he is sexy, ain't he?
No, I'm talking about Floyd, man. Don't do that. Hell no. Hell no. Hey, look, you need to get out your hot girl summer. That's what you
I
need
ain't
to
never
do.
had one. I had a working girl summer.
Mm. But look, that's what hot girl summer is to women at work. They have a working
Hold on,
summer.
she said Marcus. Oh, 1800s. Yeah, Marcus Garvey was born in the 1800s, and then he played the role of Marcus Garvey. Then came back, played the role of Beanie Siegel.
Like I didn't hear about Marcus Garvey till later on in life too, so I
Yeah,
can't.
something
And then
was wrong, bro.
I went to an all black school and we had Black History Month, but other than that, it was an all black school. So you would think there would be something that was taught, but I don't remember it. Now
I
I gotta
really
ask my
don't.
little brother. He was around too. He might know.
All right, what the Great Wall of India? When did they
It's like
build it?
Juneteenth. I learned about that hella late.
Rajamandan, Raja, Rajamand, India. Hmm.
Do you see
Okay,
how deep that
so I see
is?
you, Great Wall. I
You gonna tell
do.
me they didn't
So
teach
why
us
didn't we
that
get?
in history?
Did we learn about the Great Wall of China? Didn't we?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't know nothing about no great. I didn't care about no Great Wall of China. I'm not in China. Why would I even know about
I ain't
that?
in
Because they taught
India
me that.
either.
Huh?
Look, it's pretty. I said we ain't in India either, bro.
I know,
Look
but
at
at
it.
least I would have known
It's
about it.
beautiful. It is beautiful. That is a long ass fucking wall. What the hell were they
That
trying to keep
is.
out?
They had wars and everything on this wall. That's what I'm saying. Like this has historic value to it. Like they talk about wars and everything
What
that was fought
war?
around this wall. I don't know. You gotta do the history. They should talk about
All
it.
right.
They got a
Wall
whole
that
history
surrounds.
behind it.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to read the big old the names because I'm not good at that. The wall of the wall that surrounds the ancient fort of Ka is one of the best kept secrets in India. Oh, it's a secret. And perhaps the world, protecting a massive fort that contains over 300 ancient temples. The wall was constructed half a millennium ago in the tandem with with I can't say that for itself. Often referred to as the Kumbhalagura Wall, or simply the Kumbhalagura Fort. What do you mean simply? Like, come on. As a whole, the wall is perhaps best known by its most sentimental and fitting name, the Great Wall of India. This is appropriate for the wall extends over 36 kilometers, which is 22 miles around the perimeter of the fort, making it the second largest continuous wall on the planet after the far more well-known Great Wall of China.
Now, hold on. Now, wait. If this is the second largest wall, why was we not taught that in history?
They said it was
Don't
a
tell
great
me. No, no, no. Don't tell me the best kept secret. That's bull crap. That's bull crap.
It's full
This
of
is
crap.
the second, sis. This is the second largest wall. They would at least told you something about it.
Yeah, they would have.
I mean, I'm talking about like history channels. Nothing ever talked about this. No National Geographics. Remember National Geographics? They talked about all that stuff. They didn't talk
They
about the Great
did.
Wall of
And
India.
they had the Wall of China on the front cover.
Oh man, a bunch of times. This just popped up. This is a Mandela effect. This just popped up. In my
So
opinion, in my
let
world,
me let me um let me figure like this. If you have a Mandela effect or a change in your reality, every time your reality changes, you can change. So that's why I tell people to lift their vibrations, get themselves aligned to live a better life. Because every time we quantum shift like this, you can always quantum shift yourself into a better reality. I promise you, it works. It works. I've been doing it for years. I have been doing it for years. I just got pre-approved for a loan for a house. Well, not pre-approved. I actually had to go through the whole daggone process. But
congratulations.
thank you, thank you.
I'm working on this new apartment, and hopefully things will slide through, and I can do something different than what I'm doing.
But you're doing good though.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Nah, everything's gonna come because you're doing really good.
I'm trying. So you know, I go take it day by day. Sound like an alcoholic. Take it day by day, man.
Thank you, 88. All right, so let's go some more of this conspiracy theory.
The Mandela effect is a widespread phenomenon where people in mass remember certain things differently than they are today. Officially, the phenomenon is categorized as a case of false memory in mainstream circles. But the name was coined after Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, who was reported to have died in 2013. The problem is, countless people all over the world, including Fiona Broome, who came up with the term, distinctly remember him dying in prison in the 1980s. Another weird example is Neil Armstrong. Strangely, despite his importance, people had no recollection of his death. Many fans apparently forgot or didn't notice the news of his passing in August of 2012. One of the more studied prominent examples, though, comes from a 2010 study that examined people familiar with the clock at Bologna Centrale railway station, which was damaged in the bombing in August 1980. In the study, 92% of respondents falsely remembered the clock had remained stopped since the bombing, when, in fact, the clock was repaired shortly after the attack. Other very well-known Mandela effects include the title of the cartoon Looney Tunes actually being spelled Tunes rather than Toons. Curious George actually never having a tail. Febreze only being spelled with one E. Forrest Gump saying his famous phrase in the past tense, stating that life was like a box of chocolates. Pikachu having a black mark on his tail, but today he doesn't. Berenstain Bears actually spelt Berenstain Bears. And even some cases of people thinking there were 51 or 52 states in the US rather than 50.
52.
Although that last one might be just an indictment of the American education system. Some New Age proponents of this do argue that such large-scale false memories is evidence of dimension hopping or shifting to an alternative or parallel reality where things are similar but ever so slightly different. The question is, if this is true, who is causing us to switch realities? Is it simply accidental, or is someone deliberately manifesting a collective reality that we're all complicit in? If the secret government did indeed perform time travel experiments and shifted our realities even just a bit, what else might have been changed in our past, present, or future? You see, if the powers that be actually have control of this reality, then nothing is off limits. Time and space could be bent to the will of anyone who had the power or technology to do so. In that case, the question is, who is ultimately driving the ship of the paradigms in which we exist?
You know, I think that we all literally is able to control this. Oh, all right, EE. I think we could all, I'm sorry. I think we all literally can control time. I think we all can control time travel with our consciousness. I believe that what they're doing is they're just messing with the fabric of life. They're trying to, they're doing, you know how you, all right, you know how you can easily like change something, but I think what they're doing is they're trying to violently change something. Hold on, I'm sorry. I don't think they're trying to do it respectfully.
But look, you know what's crazy though? They didn't even talk about the first terrorist bomb, the first terrorist attack on American soil. It wasn't 9/11. It was when they blew up the half of the Statue of Liberty and blew up half of New York or something. and some Germans planted a bomb. And this must have been the first terrorist attack. I never heard about this till maybe 7 years, maybe 5 years ago. I ran across that. It might have been shorter than that. It might have been 2 or 3 years ago. And I was like, I never heard about no bombing that happened in New York that almost took out the Statue of Liberty and everything.
They said it was a bombing that almost took out the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, it was if you look up the first terrorist bombing on American soil, they're not going to give you 9/11. They give you this thing that happened out here in New York where they blew up all kind of stuff. Some German people blew up some stuff. I never heard about that until I looked it up one day. And I was like, nobody ever taught me that. But apparently it happened on me.
Do we have any say at all in our future? Who has the keys to ultimate power?
I got the keys, the keys. I got the keys.
About to be revealed. The 2020 coronavirus pandemic took the Earth by storm. Like other cataclysms in history, this virus has devastated our modern society today, facilitating a mass exodus from many workplaces as millions took to the indoors and video calls to do their jobs, or millions of others lost their jobs completely. Based on the reactions of the many, often facilitated by the media, it would seem as though the pandemic was a deadly killer. Panic and fear swept through mass consciousness. But the question many are asking themselves is this fear necessary? When looking at the science, one might question whether COVID-19 even deserves the tag of pandemic at all. According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control, the updated age group survival rates for COVID-19 are as follows. Ages 0 to 9, minds, and consciousness. As technology evolves, our ability to manipulate nature grows. The world is entrenched in a deep systemic connectivity. As such, wrongful act or accomplish a legal purpose through illegal action, and another academic and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industry agendas.
They be trying to already take my
Many
channel,
attendees
I wanted to
use
skip
the opportunity
I
to
wanted
hold
to skip
private
that one.
meetings on things like investment in their countries and as a chance to do business deals. Interestingly, until the financial crash of 2008, attending Davos was considered a must for the wrongful act or accomplish a legal are now referring to a before coronavirus, BC, and after coronavirus, AC era. As they explain rather eloquently, reality would much likely be more nuanced and not as black and white as the plague alone changing society. Instead, they highlight the fact that the seemingly biblical events of 2020 will most likely accelerate many of the changes that were already taking place before it, naturally setting in motion a new trajectory in the months and years to come. Historically, plague outbreaks have brought about changes on a worldwide scale that far exceeded just health concerns. Riots, famine, war, and clashes, and the redrawing of national boundaries are all historical precedents. The Black Death signaled the final stages of the medieval period and gave birth to the Renaissance. The plague of Justinian caused the Byzantine Empire to change course, and the smallpox epidemic all but wiped out the Inca and Mesoamerican empires. The World Economic Forum's panel and book creates a conceptual framework for how such a change would be brought about, dividing its events into and widening the societal gap, even as much as forcing families into debt for medical treatment or college education. What form a new social contract will take is difficult to imagine because it depends on the culture and history of each country. What makes a good change for China won't be the same for the US. In general, though, there are some universals that are being argued for. A broader, if not universal provision for social assistance, including insurance and healthcare, and a move towards protecting the most vulnerable. Next, with the three main agreed upon consensus for how COVID Instead, we live in 193 separate cabins on the same boat. When asked humans at what appeared to be a human-optimized stage in evolution, the mainstream explanation for the origin of this virus is from a bat strain of coronavirus called RATG removed on the spot. We have received this warning from YouTube loud and clear, and so we had to ask ourselves, is it worth publishing anyways if it will just be taken down moments later? Is it worth publishing if it means the potential shutting down of our channel, which seeks to help facilitate the evolution of
They let
consciousness?
me know that YouTube
As
got
important
some.
as this is to explore and discuss, we want to make sure that the future is one with spirit science in it. And so this stepping outside of the limiting bubble of our own lives and seeing something greater. As we do so, we step into becoming active creators of our own destiny and become shapers of the world as we know it. Yet, humanity today, as we have been for thousands of years, exists within pockets of consciousness, pockets of belief and self-identity. Where 1,000 years ago, we were segmented more physically and culturally, today there is a deeper segmentation mentally and emotionally as we isolate into bubbles of perception based on our search history and the algorithms that decide for us what we see, and propel us each down our own paths of least resistance, rather than toward each other and unity. You might call such things paradigms of belief or existence, paradigms in which people live either in minorities or majorities, where individual and communal belief systems shape the actions that people take, leading to natural outcomes as a result of those beliefs. For example, Christians who identify with Jesus returning soon will live by this belief, and this belief will dictate their actions. But those who believe the earth is flat would behave and communicate differently than if they believed the world was round, often each vehemently attacking the opposing spectrum. Yet, do such things matter when most of us spend our days entrenched in suffering, often taking it out on one another in silent, subconscious ways?
You know what? I've been hearing people argue and go back and forth about that. The earth is flat, the earth is round, the earth is flat, the earth is round. And my thing is, does it really matter?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the
Why?
day, you still
Now,
we out here.
if the people who believe in a flat earth, if tomorrow they found out the earth was really flat, what next? What next?
I mean, me personally, I feel like I got my opinion on it, but it don't really matter. It's just like stuff in space. Like, I don't even talk on that. I got an opinion on it, but I don't talk on it because it's not affecting me. Now, this is dropping down where I'm at. Other than that, I can't talk about what's up there because I ain't been up there. So I can't sit up here and take his note. They know. I don't even know if they've been up there. So
That's,
it's not on me what's going on up there.
but that's what I don't get. People would really, really argue about the space of the world being round or the world being flat. And if we was to find out tomorrow that the world was really flat, all we can do is say y'all been lying to us. But we know they lied to us. They lied to us about everything.
Facts.
So what would be different? What would you do differently? If you found out the earth was round, the earth was flat. If you found that out tonight on the 11 o'clock news, what would you do tomorrow? I would do the same thing I was already planning on doing. Nothing different. It wouldn't change nothing that I have planned for my life. All you get is the bragging rights of I told you so. Then once you run out of I told you so, then what?
Did you get that video I sent you?
Yeah, I've seen it about the New York. And if you run out of "I told you so," then what? What happens when after you then told "I told y'all so"? What happens next? And
Cricket,
people, go ahead. What'd you say?
cricket.
Mhm.
That's what happened next.
Exactly. And people spend almost all their lives arguing with people about the world being flat or round when it really doesn't matter. It
I
doesn't
feel
really.
that way about arguing about what you believe in. I feel like at the end of the day, what is that an argument for? If that's what you believe in, why am I arguing with you? But people argue up and down for what you believe in. And it's just like, that's crazy, bro. It ain't affecting you, what I believe in.
You mean you talking about how you love your good man? Um, what's his name?
Here we
King
go with
James.
this one. Here we go.
Because I be insulting
Uh,
your man King James.
uh, ain't got
Mm,
nothing to do with nothing. I don't know that dude personally.
mm. He was still a pedophile.
Uh, yeah, whatever.
You ain't gonna believe me?
Uh,
It's documented.
I know. Just like Michael Jackson was too.
I ain't never said he was innocent either.
Bill Cosby was too.
What? Bill Cosby drugged them women.
Uh-huh.
That nigga hung out with Hugh Hefner. He was with all of the shits. He was with all the shits. The problem I have with that, the problem I have with that is that in a lot of their testimonies, they said that they did that with him. They did all those things with him. Then want to come out later and say they were raped. Hmm.
Cold blooded.
But and then I'm not saying he raped all the women, and I'm not saying that he didn't rape all the women. I'm saying that women that he drugged, he should go to jail for. But these women that was like the lady said, he played with her and then put her hand on his winky, made him come, and now she felt violated. You had a whole process to decide not to do that. But ain't
I
none of
mean, you
them.
can say the same thing about females that go to dudes' houses at 3, 4 in the morning drinking and all this other shit, and you act like you didn't come there to have sex.
Not all females go there to have sex. Like dudes go to their male friend's house and drink. That don't mean they want to get them some butt.
I mean, if we gonna say it on that side, then you gotta say it on the other side too. Maybe she felt like she was forced to do it because he put her hand on her. Maybe she was justified to say
No,
something.
they were in someone else's house in a crowded setting. If I go to a dude house and this has happened to me, and I start drinking or I take a drink, and then all of a sudden he's all over me. I'm in the house. I'm locked in the house with him, and we're the only two people in the house. I'm gonna feel very scared. That's scary. They were in a crowded party in front of other people. That she could have said, I don't feel comfortable. She could have got loud, got irate, got ignorant, got anything to the point where she can get put out the party. Because you know they're not going to put Bill out.
They had an
They,
orgy party or something.
huh?
They had an orgy party or something.
Yeah. This was it happened at Hugh Hefner's little dollhouse. Some of these accusations happened at Hugh, what is that called? The Bunny Ranch?
Yep.
Yeah, she could have cut up. Like, daggone well she started. If she had got loud and started cussing Bill out, they would have quickly escorted her out. because they were trifling back then. They don't care if a man was forcing a woman. They just didn't want the woman to make a spectacle of stuff. So they would have put her ass out. It's not the same thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it started with him playing with her cooch. It was a real big process in front of everybody. All right, let's see what else they're talking about.
Ways. If the end goal is unity, free of this duality consciousness, how do we get there? Especially when conspiracy theories of the Great Reset and the implementation of a one-world government are so pervading. Is it truly possible to bring everyone together with truth, love, and authenticity? Or is at least part of humanity doomed to mental enslavement forever? As we've explored so far in great detail, it seems as though mental and emotional manipulation is a factor that we must watch out for. But there are a great many people who are asleep to this idea at all. They struggle through the day-to-day, but due to their own connections in life, fail to look for anything more. When doctors tell them that medication is the best and only way to treat their symptoms, they take it without asking any questions, and that's the end of the story. When the media tells them to be afraid of the pandemic, they comply, and fear reigns supreme. With this existing paradigm and so many entrenched in it, do we have any hope of truly liberating ourselves en masse? More to the point, are we truly ready for such a change? In 2020, humanity collectively learned a lesson about the nature of quarantine, separating and isolating ourselves from each other for long periods of time. However, the lessons of quarantine go deeper than our physical lives, for we also saw and learned about the layers of quarantine within ourselves, between our egos and our souls, and explored just how much ability we give ourselves to ask questions and go deeper, or just accept things at a surface level. This is the reason we are discussing paradigms, because there are many paradigms out there, people asking questions and people who aren't. People who are listening to more than one source of information, learning and growing, and others who just like to talk, but ultimately take no action in their lives. We may liken it to the biblical parable of the sower and the seed, which says that there are those who hear the divine word of God and those who don't. And even in those who hear it, it sounds good at first, but unless the wisdom is nurtured, the seed dies and they quickly go back to their suffering and their life without spirit. So we can see then, these paradigms go beyond belief systems. They enter into and emerge from the realm of action. The invisible world and the visible world are deeply intertwined.
And again, that's quantum mechanics. I love quantum mechanics on everything. But I do believe that literally is proven science, that the spiritual world and the other world, the physical world, is intertwined. And by using quantum theories and quantum mechanics, you can learn how to manipulate both. But
Facts.
I ain't even gonna swell to y'all. I'm getting tired.
On me, I've been up 17 hours.
Man, I've been up since 4 a.m., brother. You know how I go.
Me too.
All right, so you gonna go ahead and you gonna
I had to
do.
be at work at 7, so I had to wake up at 4 and get ready.
I know.
hmm But all right, well, look, we'll play the video next time about the bombing that happened in New York that y'all don't know about. But
You want me to make that a little video like by itself, so it won't get all tangled up with everything else.
right, okay, yeah, go ahead, sis. I got you.
All right,
But
I'll
I'm
do
getting
that.
tired too. I feel you.
I'll make that a
So,
video by myself.
got you. I'm gonna go ahead and close them out. We thank all y'all for coming through. And remember, if you ain't getting knowledge, you ain't getting nothing. We do this.